Khato Civils R3-billion rand contract in Giyani, Limpopo has been terminated. The project was meant to provide water to 55 villages in the area. Khato Civils says it couldn't continue with the project after the Water and Sanitation Department failed to pay. To discuss this, we're joined by the company's CEO, Mongezi Mnyani. Good evening, sir. Thanks very much for your time. So what exactly happened? Did you stop working or were you fired?
We stopped working. We're on record that as early as last year, January, we started having problems with the non-payment of our invoices from both Lepelle, Northern Water, and the department. The department in this regard, is a sponsor of the project, so the money comes from the department. The department appointed Lepelle, Northern Water, as its implementing agent. In turn, Lepelle appointed LT, and then LT appointed us, but we're the major contractor that is doing the major works there. But unfortunately, this project should have been finished as early as December 2017, according to our program. But unfortunately, as August 2017, we started having major problems around non-payment. Our invoices took 3 months to be paid, and yet the work is done. Every time we have to be paid, I have to go to Pretoria, I have to go to Limpopo, sit in meetings, endless meetings where we beg for us to be paid. Whilst in the meantime, we continued working on site. We never stopped. We paid our employees, we paid our subcontractors, we paid our suppliers. But you can imagine, if you're going to go for 4 months in this type of a project, you go 6 months with this type of a project, without you being paid, it's highly impossible that will sustain your operations. First of all, I've got engineers that are full-time in the project. I've got subcontractors that are coming from Giyani who are SMMEs that I have to pay every month. I've got suppliers of diesel, of everything that we require on site. So now if you are not paid, somebody must understand, therefore, that it's difficult to sustain your operations. We're on record for you here that we've written numerous letters from day one when we experience the problems. We've written to the presidency, we've interacted with the presidency, we've interacted with the Director General in the presidency, we went to the Minister of Water and Sanitation, we went to the DG, we've spoken to almost everybody for you. That matters most. Unfortunately, they still delayed our payments last year. We only paid a fraction of what was owed to us. And by the way, Vuyo, this is work already done. We're not asking for advance payment whatsoever, but the work that is owed to us to date, which is 45 million, it's for work done last year between April and May of last year.
Is 45 million?
It's 45 million, but between June and September, we continued working. There's already another work that is on the ground, which is worth about 30 million, which therefore we have to go and do measurements together with the department and Lepelle and then raise an invoice. So in total, Vuyo, as I'm sitting here, we're owed almost 70 million as a company. Therefore, we had no choice. But in September last year, we pulled off site. And again, we warned the Lepelle. I've got numerous letters to the minister, to the DG, warning them 2 months before we pulled off site that this non-payment is going to make us to pull off site. We can't sustain these operations. And I've got that on record.
Now that you've stopped working, as you say, what happens? You still want the 70 million?
Well, they have to pay us. It's money already. It's money on the ground. It's money that we've performed. The engineers have signed off. And I just want to make it very clear for you that the 45 million was paid last year by the Department of Water and Sanitation to Lepelle on the 26th of October. On the 20th of October, I had a meeting personally in Polokwane with the CEO, Mr. Phineas Lekhodi, LTE, and the representative of DWS, where we discussed that now that we are prepared to go back on site, we therefore have to be paid. He promised that on that Friday he's going to pay us, because the money arrived in the account in the morning of the Friday. In the afternoon, we're sitting in a meeting. The CFO confirmed that indeed the 45 million has been paid by DWS, and therefore are we prepared to go back on site? I said, indeed, we're prepared to go back on site. I said, if you pay us today or you pay us Monday, in 2 days' time we've mobilized, we'll be back on site. Vuyo, to date, I've not heard a single word from the CEO of Lepelle. I've never had a meeting with him again. I've never been contacted by the department. Nobody said anything to us, Vuyo.
So where then are the reports coming from that Lepelle has in fact fired you and they have terminated the contract?
Well, Lepelle has fired LTE because they've got a contract with LTE. I don't have a contract with Lepelle, but unfortunately there was a payment arrangement, which is called a payment session, which means Lepelle, once it's paid by the department, every certificate we sign a payment session, they pay us directly, so that the money must not go via LTE and other people. So that we're paid immediately, we're therefore able to also to honor our own financial obligations. So the contract that has been there is between Lepelle and LTE. And we understand, Vuyo, that on the 19th of December, Lepelle sent a letter of termination to LTE. Then in turn, LTE yesterday send us a letter saying they have been terminated by Lepelle, and therefore, in return, they're terminating us. But in this regard, we have our legal recourse. We are owed money. We are also owing other subcontractors. We've got over 40 subcontractors. We have shelved over 1,000 employees in Giyani that we owe to pay them notices and other service packages that we have to pay them. So in this regard, this is a legal matter now. We'll be taken to court. We won't leave this lying because we believe, therefore, that we've done the work. The work has been certified by the professional engineers. And therefore, whether it's Lepelle or the department, somebody has to pay Khato what is due to us.
Where does this leave the villagers who are supposed to be the beneficiaries?
This is the most disheartening thing, Vuyo, and the most depressing thing, because we have been prepared as a company to go an extra mile in this regard. But unfortunately, we're dealing with a very insensitive government officials who don't understand these things. They think that they're doing us a favor. Not doing me any favors. I've done the work, and the work has been certified, and therefore must sit down on the table. Vuyo, as I'm saying, we're on record. We've asked several meetings. As I'm saying, to date, the CEO of Lepelle is not taking my calls. He's not actually coming to meetings. We've asked for meetings, including the minister, to say we request your intervention in this regard. What we are told, no, you don't have a contract with us, go to Lepelle. I mean, what is that? The people of Giyani are suffering, but we're prepared as a company. As late as last year, October, if they were paid, we'll go back on site and finish the project. We're on 95% view on this project. And even if today or tomorrow they pay us, they say, let's sit down and negotiate a new contract, we're prepared to go back there and finish the project because we have an investment that we've done in this regard as a company. We have our former employees that are sitting down now doing nothing. Giyani now has got unemployment because we're employing quite a number of people that were there. Today, they're unemployed. Just because somebody in government does not want to listen, does not want to sit down and let's talk on this matter.
Okay, that's why we're going to leave it. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much.